Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We have a lot to get through today, and you'll be pleased to know it's a bit of a mixed bag. We have some route building, we have some new trains to put on, which you'll be pleased to know I've already worked out how many wagons are required, so it's just a case of putting those on, taking a look at them. We've also got some numbers. I promised I would run each of the different electric locos on a line, and we're looking at the coal line right now, and this was the test bed. 4 different electric locos were ran on here, all meeting 800 line rate, which is the line rate of the coal mine. And you'll be pleased to know I've spent quite a bit of time putting together the data in a form that I hope would be a little more digestible. Yes, so there we go. It's a graph. It makes a lot more sense now, doesn't it? Better than throwing loads of numbers on the screen. The top bar for each of those locos, you'll see we've got the RE44, the AE47, BRE94, and the poor old Swiss Crocodile down there. But each of those bars represent income, cost and profit, in that order, for each item that the consists were taking, and in this case, bucket loads of coal. And as you can see, the RE44 was making 11.7k, or getting paid 11.7k per drop-off. Meanwhile, the Swiss Crocodile was only getting paid 8.3k for doing exactly the same thing. And that's why maximum potential speed is broken. Now, I'm going to bring up the timings for each of those consists. There we go. 5 minutes, 29 seconds. The slowest was the RE44 because it's the least powerful of the top 3. But that doesn't matter. The reason is they're all meeting the line rate, so they're all taking exactly the same amount every year. The quickest one, not surprisingly, was the BRE94 because that is the powerhouse. It is a little interesting though because it only does 56 miles an hour. So I'll bring up the speeds for us. There we go. There's the capped speeds for each of the consists. While the wagons can all do 75. In fact, the RE44 can go faster than that itself, but it's capped at the wagon speed. There's the Crocodile at the bottom, 47 miles an hour. That is the maximum potential speed of each of the consists. So I do hope that answers a few questions, or puts to bed a few myths about what you should take. So that's enough of the numbers, which means UI is up and we're back in the game, and I think enough said about that the better. That translates across the board. Now, while numbers are great, I'm going to ignore what I've found pretty much, and I'm gonna keep things mixed up because I'm not overly bothered about min-maxing to the point of having every loco on the map the same or similar, as that would be the case if you wanted to make maximum profit from every single line. No, instead, I'm going to keep this one, for instance, as the train we've got, the AE47. What did you think to those numbers, though? I hope that chart made it very apparent how bad the Swiss Crocodile is in the game. It'll be a different case in real life. I'm hoping that, given the Tycoon update that's coming, that gets addressed and removed, because it breaks every other loco. It makes no sense to run any other loco. There is literally no reason other than looks. Financially, it's a bad move, but at this point in the game, it doesn't really matter. But we are making a loss. Anywho, should we get these new trains on, or the new wagons on these? And as I mentioned, I have gone ahead and worked out how much they should be taking. Oh yes, I paused the date for that intro because I don't want to have any new vehicles pop up while I was chatting about maximum potential speed. But I promise that'll be the last of it. Let's get... Oh, in fact, it'd be better to replace these, wouldn't it? Because that way we get a shiny new loco on the front as well. This is going to remain as the BRE94. Yes, it's making us less money, but who cares? It's still making us money. Let's get some new gondolas on here, shall we? I'm going to have some of them orange this time, or darker orange. There we go. And we'll mix and match them. We need 22, and that will meet the 800 line rate. It's actually a little over, but unfortunately, if we go one under, or one wagon less, we're under. So yes, it's the tipping point. It's okay though, because we have slightly less track time as we're waiting for loads. Which means 60% less maintenance while we're waiting to load. Is that 22? Oh, I've got no idea now. I lost count. I think... I'll tell you what. I'll replace it. We need 2 more on there. And... oh, in fact, we'll just put them like that. Is that right? No, it's 22 grand, not 21. 21 is slightly under. 22 is slightly over. So you better to be slightly over than slightly under. Look at that timing. Did we get him in just in time? I think so. There we go. It should be about 800 line rate once it settles down anyway. 796 at the moment, but that's a partial journey with the old setup. Oh, I should pause this one. Let's get the new wagons on here. Now, what I'm about to change this into... oh yeah, let's replace it. I do want the Loco black though, because it looks awesome in black. Let's get the AE47. And this is the one that was on that list that was second place in income. So not too bad. We need a capacity for this one of 338, which is 26 of these beefy wagons, beefy gondolas we've got. So we're just going to put a bunch of these on, mix and match them, why not? Yeah, some of those. We'll put some more black ones on the back. 300 and what did I say? 338, there we go. That should meet the 800 line rate. And that's the new consist we've got. Isn't it lovely? There we go. So that's that done. These 2 ore routes are now running perfectly to 800. We're happy campers. We're actually going to do something with this one as well. If we go over to our... where are you? There you are, over the hill. Our still works here, and consumers, you'll notice that we've tipped over to requiring 300 now a year, or per financial year anyway, not per calendar year. Where are you? Which means, yes, I'd like to do something with this. We're going to take advantage of the RE44, the light electric loco, as it's perfectly suited to run this, I would guess, kind of express route, because it's part of a end delivery up here. And in order to do that, what do we need to do first? Yes, we're going to have to electrify the whole line. It was partially electrified anyway, and now it's fully electrified, including the center line. And this guy is going to be the RE44. And with the new wagons as well, it won't be taking these ones. And we may as well have it, this sky blue that we've got the steam engine. But it will be a fully electrified production line over here, barring the slag route up there, which we're going to just keep that as a steam engine, as we don't have any low-powered electric units. Pause that. Let's get you replaced. Electrics. Let's colour you... where are you? At the bottom. Let's colour you a sky blue. And get you on. And you'll be pleased to know I worked out the amount of wagons required for this as well. So meet 300. We only need 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5? Yes. 5 like that. And then 5 in default. There we go. Yeah, that's all we need to make 300 line rate. And you'll see we've still got a good rating. So we can expand further. The cool thing about this setup here is this does indeed go past 50 mile an hour in both directions. In fact, coming back, my testing showed that this goes to 75 full speed. Yeah, for a good portion of the last stretch of the journey. And there goes our German crocodile, which is now carrying the beefy gondolas. And that makes me happy. Once we've done with this, we're going to double check on our tool delivery. See if our new truck assignments have met the demand for the city. Twickenham, right? I think they deliver to. Yeah, this is heading up to Twickenham. I think that's Twickenham. We can just see the houses in the distance there, the blocks of flats. And here comes our new coal train. These should line up to be roughly right. Once they've settled down, these numbers will take a little while, as they're still partially the old numbers, the old line setups. You'll see the iron there has met it pretty much spot on. And our little express freight train here will meet 300 as well. It's saying 262, but we didn't change it until we were pretty much at the station. So there we go, guys. A lot done at the beginning. Now, we've got to put another train on here because as far as Twickenham goes, we're not clearing this platform fast enough. Not even close. There was a comment in the previous video saying I'm a little bit passive when it comes to passengers. And yes, that's accurate. However, it's with purpose. While a better frequency will obviously clear the platforms better, it's not going to generate more passengers unless, of course, it's someone who would be a car owner and is going to the same place. We might align better with their daily routine, and they will prefer your passenger network over their car, providing they get there within a certain amount of time. There is no time limit, more that they have a plan to get to their destination at X time, and if it falls within a few minutes either side, then they'll take your trains and trams and whatnot rather than their car. As you can see here, we're pretty much empty, other than people heading to, they're probably heading to Hyde, yes. We don't provide any transport over to Hyde at the moment, so these people in cars all going to Hyde. They'll continue to do so until we start competing with them. Now, if you improve the frequency on, say, that line to Hyde, then you might get a few of these bums on your seats rather than in their car. I just saw a bit of demolishing and rebuilding going on there. A little bit of an upgrade. I'm going to put another train on here because we're obviously not meeting demand sufficiently. We might need to take a wagon off each of them, as there's going to be no more people. What's going to happen is we're taking the same passengers more often, which is good. They're getting there and back sooner, and that means they're getting on our trains sooner and on our trams sooner. So that is something that is going to happen. Oh, the timing is absolutely terrible. We're going to wait for him to ideally get to Twickenham, I think, and then we'll add another train on. We might as well partially space them. But as you can see there was a lot of people at Twickenham, and we're only just pulling up to Henley. Another good example would be our express, which we're going to extend today, and we're going to do the food as well. But our express line, if we throw another train on there, all we're going to do is saturate what we've got already, the passengers. However, if we are going to take them more often, so we are going to make more money, but we're not going to gain a lot of passengers. We might gain an extra person, maybe. I did run a test to make sure what I'm telling you is accurate. I ran it for years, just the express, with a single train, and then with two trains, adding another train. It did increase, I can show you this. It did increase this count here slightly, but what it accounted for was the fact that we'd be taking them back sooner, so we'll be taking them there and back sooner. It didn't increase this number overall. There weren't more passengers. So that is one thing to bear in mind. Don't just throw on more and more vehicles. If you're already meeting demand, yes, you could rework it, but bear in mind you're putting an extra loco on that line, the best bet would be to reduce the carriage count on the locos, which then you're getting into a less profit situation, as you've got a worse loco to carriage ratio. So you will lose money doing it. It's not worth it for trains because they're your money earners. However, in this situation, because it's such a long journey, we're heading all the way from Risborough to Henley. It's definitely going to be worth adding another train on there. But yes, we're not going to generate more passengers. Is the shortened answer. No more passengers will be generated. The reason for that, I brought up the little window here. This is what dictates how many passengers there are available. And each of the people living here, 450 residents, will have a set place they want to go. And if we look at their destinations, 82 go shopping in Henley, and 110 go to work. 98% line usage. I would imagine some people are walking, perhaps. I don't understand that, actually. That shouldn't work. There's no way to drive, is there, to Henley from here? That would take some working out. I don't think so. There's no road bridge. There is a road bridge across there and here. Can you drive all the way to... No, you can't. It ends there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. In Risborough, we have 23% of the people who are travelling within Risborough using our lines. That's pleasant. Sandhurst. We actually have people going to Sandhurst and Twickenham. Look at that. There's quite a few people going to Twickenham, which would explain a lot. I'm going to do this though, guys. I would like the frequency down on that, but I'm also going to... Let's just take off a wagon. We don't need 7 wagons on this, and it's a bit of a waste of money. Technically, we're going to grow into them, but by the time that happens, we'll probably have faster locos and carriages. So there we go. Did we lose any people for me doing that? Even if we did, it's only a couple. Right. This train, you'll be pleased to know. Actually, let me pause that a second, because our train's coming up. How much are we taking? 400. Goodness me. I worked it out for 300. I don't know why. Consumers, are we wanting to ship 400? We are. Again, I'm going for the RE on this, the RE44, because it's a nice long run, and from my testing, this one definitely gets up to speed. Our line rate for this should be at the 200 mark, which it's only a little over. You're rarely going to get it spot on. So we're going to replace this. Didn't we have the line white for this? I kind of like the idea of a white loco. I guess we should have one at some point, that colour. But we're going to have a nice white one and see how that looks. There we go. Ooh, pleasant. And cargo, we get our new box cars, our big chunky box cars. I'm going to keep these as default. So there we go. That should meet a line rate of 300, and it's more than capable, this little loco, of pulling these 20, even with goods on. There we go. 303 it's guesstimating. I guesstimated at 300. Now, the reason I'm leaving it at 300 is the next upgrade that this pushes, and it will take us to 600, which is exactly 2 of these consists. So that's what we can do. And we've got the setup for it, except our platforms are a bit short here for drop-offs. So we may need to increase it that way. And this switch is in the wrong place, but I can show you an easy way to fix that. We'll wait for it to complain. It will complain. We should take a lot more meat. How are we doing here? We're at 90 consumers. Aylsham food processing, 88 currently. Oh, guys, do you know what we've not done? We have not checked up on that. No, we've only got a couple of trucks running this. Dear oh dear. We will need... Well, we've got 3. We've got a line rate of 101 and that's not enough. I was going to say we need to put more on, but I had to make sure. Quicker to do it this way. 155, so a couple more trucks, perhaps. Manage those, we'll get a couple more on there. 1, 2, there we go. Let's see what that does for our line rate. 168, that should do us just fine for a little while. And of course, Aylsham is going to grow, which is good news for our existing tram service on here. And I am going to put another tram on here ready for our extension to our express line. Our express is going to come here. Oh yes, do you know, guys, I almost forgot. Are we good here? Can I bring another train out? Or have you already... Oh, the timing. Oh dear. We should keep an eye on that, shouldn't we? We just need you to get up to Twickenham there. Right, let's keep an eye on that. Hopefully we're going to have this all sorted. I would like to get... let's keep that down there. I would like to get that upgrading. Oh, here comes the problem. Good. Good timing. This was good timing. The other, not so much. You'll see our back end is over the switch there. So we've got no way back onto the, what I guess is the slow line of the main line. We are nearly picked up. There we go. We've got the issue there. We're about to leave Henley on our commuter as well. All we've got to do here, if you ever get this issue, which can happen, is move the switch along and then just flip our train and it will continue on its way. So no need to panic. Let's get you, I guess from here would do then. And we might be able to do it at 75 as well. You'll see our train isn't fixed yet. If we hit play, it will still be grumpy. Until we do that, and then we should be heading to Aylsham West. Oh yeah, there we go. There's our loco in white. Very bright in white. Yeah, we should be crossing over here. There's actually no way back, which is perfect. And is why I could flip it without worrying about it heading back to the fish place with a lot of meat on board. I don't think these are refrigerated. It's a little worrying. Perhaps they are. I can't see it though. They don't look refrigerated, do they? They just look like standard boxcars. Unless we've got little refrigeration units built inside. We'll go with that. Because by the time that gets down to Aylsham, it might not be smelling so great. Anyway, there we go. That's on its way. I'm hoping we get this upgrading soon. Which we should do if this triggers production here. Which it is. Look, it's creeping up now. There we go. That's absolutely beautiful. Right, are you... you're heading to Twickenham, aren't you? Yes. Where are you? You should be close because you're going through one of the tunnels. Well, which tunnel was it? It's only the first tunnel. Goodness me. I guess we could send it off now. Because we do have the other one. Oh, we got the other one coming through here. Or is that the express? This might be the express. It is the express. Where's the other commuter? The other commuter's just heading that way. This might be perfect. Yes. So if we let you get to, let's say, this signal here. When we pass this signal, what we'll do, let's close that now. Get our commuter over here. When our lovely little commuter passes this signal, we'll duplicate him. And then we've got 3 trains running our little passenger line. And then to finish off today's episode, we'll go and extend the express line. There we go. I edited the weight a little bit. And what we can do now is get another one out there. There we go. Beautiful. We have a third local commuter. I'm going to keep the same amount of carriages on here because we've got a bit of catch-up, haven't we, to do. Especially with Twickenham. I'm hoping once we get the 4th local commuter on here, we can start knocking off some of the wagons and have smaller, more frequent trains. It's going to get to the point where we're not at the sweet spot. what is it? Maximum potential yield is like the point where you need to be for loco to wagon ratio. After that, you start losing money the more wagons you own. I mean, you still earn money, but each wagon is then costing you more to run. Right, here comes our new... Is this our new one? Here comes our new... yes, our new commuter. Train 16. He's going to take not too many people, I would imagine. No. Oh, I don't know. 99. That's a decent amount, considering they're 140. We'll more than likely make these shorter once we've got everything up and running and we've caught up at Twickenham, as there'll be absolutely no need. Although, saying that, we could grow into it quite quickly. Oh, it's still a bit busy here. I think we need bigger tram stops here. Yeah. I'll do that. We'll do that next time, I think. We'll extend these. We'll get it drifting off that way. We'll add a couple more. Similar to what we've got at... where are we? Similar to what we've got at Sandhurst here, where we've got the longer platforms. They're building up out here, aren't they? That's brilliant. We actually reached some within walking distance of the station there, which some people might choose to go that way. Perfect example. Thank you, Harper Moore and Reuben Kelly. Both of them are walking to their destination from the station, which is great and would make sense because our trams head off in that direction. They're obviously heading to something over here, perhaps. That's the last building we reach. Well, that will be the furthest building, wouldn't it, away? But yeah, there we go. Oh, we actually reach all the way over there as well. That's brilliant. Right, so we've doubled up on our express. Which one's that? That one is another one of our commuters. Is that the express? How many people you got on board? 49. There you go. We could maybe do with these being another car shorter as well on the back. Should we extend our express line? Which, yeah, before we do any trimming or pruning of our express trains, we might as well extend our express line. And we'll keep these steamified. I like the idea of having some steam engines a bit longer. Ooh, is this going to make a mess of our track? Let's just double check. Before we finalise... Well, it's not final, is it? We can change it whenever we want, but it isn't. It's not ruining our track. Brilliant. So, the express line, or the main line, gets to extend. That means more tunnel work. We've got so much money in the bank now, and it's forever going to continue to go up. What are we doing up here? I'm going to stay connected for a little while. Where are we going to stop? I'm going to run with those two. Our local train will operate off these two here. We can always bring a terminating service in here. Possibly. Was it max speed? I think it was. We'll double check when we're done though. We've got to run this extra line in. Oh, that's pleasant, isn't it? Yeah, I might run that similar with less of a bow. There we go. Let's take you back to there. That looked nicer, didn't it? Much smoother. Right. We run that from there up to there. That should be a lovely glide into the station there. That's pleasant. Yeah, and then our local train, this would be heading up that way, sort of thing. In fact, it could follow it, couldn't it, down there? But we're not working on that for now. We will need a temporary crossover, as we'll extend our express. Eventually, these express trains are possibly going to be two separate ones doing circles. I'm not sure yet. We may terminate them here at Risborough. Or at least one of them, this one, this way. We can toy with it though, can't we? We can definitely toy with that. For now, we're just going to use the same line. And we'll be heading in this way. So I'd like to cross over heading out of the station as we're accelerating then. And that way we could have like a 65. There we go. That'll do just fine, wouldn't it? And that means we'll need a signal in here to force our one-way system, although technically it should be forced way up here. I don't know why you're moving the catenary there by putting a signal in. That makes 0 sense, but thank you. Anyway, where do we want this? We might as well have it back here. There we go. We'll have one there and one there. I don't think we're going to need much blocking for this, so we don't have to go too overboard with it, as we're not sharing the line with anybody at the moment. We're going to stick one either side of the crossing there. I think that'll be fine. Shall we extend then the passenger service? This is going to be an interesting one. It should generate more passengers that want to go that way and still use our line, and in turn should start to get us a few passengers from Aylsham that possibly want to go to Sandhurst. Maybe they could go all the way to Henley for that and then back again, or even Twickenham. I mean, it's a bit of a long way around. You'll be better off going that way when we've done it. But let's see, shall we? Let's see. Do we have a train coming up? We do. Perfect. Right, let's pause you. Our food train is now carrying 130 meat. Goodness me. This is kicked into overdrive. We are indeed getting very, very close, guys, to upgrading. Isn't that wonderful news? New layout for our Henley to Risborough Express. No. You're going to be Henley to Aylsham Express. Oh, I don't know how to spell Aylsham. Aylsham? Aylsham. Is there an E in it? I can't remember. I don't think there is there? Aylsham. That looks right. Is it right? Aylsham. Yes, it is. Well played. Right, manage line. After Risborough, can you go to Aylsham? Oh, yeah, you can't just click on the city. That won't work. Click on the passenger line, though. Then after Aylsham, you'll be heading back to Princes. There we go. And we are nicely separated. Yes, we are. We've got one way operating. Perfect. There we go, guys. We've now got... Ooh, what platform are you stopping at? Is it the right one? It should be, because we've only got one way in there and out again. So we've got 2 trains running that. Again, we may need to make some changes. Will they get on board? I hope so. Will we see our first passengers? It should generate a few before the end of the episode. I'm hoping. I guess we can look at destinations. Anybody going to Henley? There we go. It's starting now. Let's bring this down here. Yeah, it's starting now. We'll sit down here. See if we see anybody get on the platform. Let me put that down there. I would like to see our food train come in as well. So there we go, guys. We have 2 people shopping in Henley already, travelling from Aylsham and working in Aylsham. That was quick. That's because they were already earmarked, I would imagine, to go there. We've got 25 travelling via their cars to shop in Lee, 28 working in Lee. There we go. We've got some more people who have now got jobs in Henley. Isn't that wonderful? And there we go, Risborough as well. 9 people shopping in Risborough, and someone's got a job there. Romsey as well. Sandhurst, guys. Someone got a job in Sandhurst. Which, what does that mean? That means they're going all the way to Henley and then catching the local stopper back up to Sandhurst. You go. You're giving us lots of money. No one for Twickenham yet, although that might be a bit too far. We're going to definitely check on that, aren't we, when we come back. Guys, someone is shopping in Twickenham from Aylsham. Here comes our white food train. I don't know what I prefer best on this one. The white ones look nice, but the black ones look cool as well. Although we've not done a black one of these. There's something about black and white, isn't there? It's just nice. I don't know, they look good, both of them. Right, how are we doing? One in Sandhurst. Not much has changed. It takes a while for this to happen. You'll see Henley's getting quite popular. Risborough is now picking up quite a bit. It's not too far to travel. You have to remember when you make changes like this that our people will complete whatever they're doing first before they'll change their mind, if they are going to change their mind on where they want to go. And they will use different routes. If you've got multiple lines heading there, if, say for instance, the express gets here, they'll know already before they set out. If this is going to get here and interchange with the tram before the local express, they'll jump on the express. Or not local express. Look at these guys, new aircraft, Lockheed Super Constellation. Is one of these freight, or are they both passenger? They can't both be passenger. But yeah, new aircraft as well. After we did all that setting up of the other aircraft. 1952 we're in. Oh, should we get on board the Express for the end of the video? Alright, we're on board our brand new Express. Is it a bit wobbly? I might need to tidy those lines up. I think it's okay. We've already got 39 people on board. I don't know whether some of those were already on board from Risborough, because we did change the line mid-journey for a lot of people. Either way, that is more people using our main express line, and it's probably going to be more of a circle line around the map, which would make sense given our map is square. I usually like to play maps at long ways, like a big skinny map, because it's more rail that way, isn't it? You tend to have better main lines, but square's a nice challenge. It certainly adds some interesting puzzles to route laying and how you manage your main lines. Your main lines become quite short if you went point to point, although you could do a cross, couldn't you? Corners of the map. That's certainly a way to do it. We're sort of doing that. We're just going to do a big circle instead, or a strange oval, egg-shaped. I don't know what shape it will be by the end. We'll have to have a look. Are we saying egg? Ellipse, maybe? Like an eye shape? I don't know. What? Oh dear, I'm waffling. Guys, I'll leave you on board. Isn't it great to see people on board already? And I guess we should think about starting up the local service next time out and hooking into our second station at Risborough. We'll probably have multiple stations at a few of our cities as well. The ones that are not on the main line are going to have multiple commuter stations, so that'll be fun to do, and possibly local metros and things like that. Oh, we've got so many ideas to go through. We've also got to continue this whole food production thing and bring in the second half of our food to this station, which is going to be the coffee, which eventually will go down to Aylsham food processing place. People waiting both sides of the platform. That's good to see. And then I'll leave you a little ways on the train here, heading towards Henley. Yes, Henley. We'll go past. Oh, I can't remember. It begins with an S. Where are we heading past? No, Sandhurst. Got it. My brain went there for a minute. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.